Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to the Priestess Sophia. This is our very first reading. And in this reading, we're going to be looking at what do you not see about this connection? So, what is it that you need to know about this connection that you're not seeing? Okay, we've got 4 different piles here. How we're going to do this is we're going to look at the energy of each connection. Then we're going to look at themes, and then we're going to look at guidance right at the end. And in between, before we look at guidance, I'm going to pull some tarot, and I'm going to do that on camera. Okay, what I need you to do right now is to just exhale really slowly, and then take another deep inhale and a slow exhale, and then pick one of these 4 piles. So we've got pile 1, which is this beautiful lepidolite crystal. We've got pile 2, and we've got this lovely selenite. Then pile 3 is this gorgeous aventurine, very soft crystal. And then pile 4 is this cute little amethyst. Okay, take a moment to choose your pile, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the lepidolite crystal, then this is your reading. Okay, I'm going to put your crystal here. Just before we start, this is quite a beautiful crystal to have chosen, and it's a crystal that aids any transitions or transformations. So moving from one timeline to a next, moving from an old self into a new self. It's a lot about breaking patterns. It's also about opening up your throat chakra, your third eye, and your crown. So it's a highly intuitive stone. It's a highly empathic stone as well. So I almost want to say, when I say empathic, it doesn't necessarily mean that you've got to be an empath, although some of you who've chosen this are definitely empaths or highly sensitive. So you do definitely feel a lot, and perceive a lot and sense a lot. You may read tarot yourself, or you could be empathic in the way that you really feel for other people and animals and the earth. And maybe you're going through a stage in your life where you are actually feeling a lot, and a lot of changes are happening. And if that's the case, that's a really great stone for this. And this connection is definitely about that on some level. It's a strongly intuitive connection. So you guys do definitely feel each other, and this can be either romantic or a friendship or with a relative or work colleague, but there's definitely a strong intuitive feeling between the two of you, and you're possibly sensing each other's emotions and thoughts, and a lot of the time have one another's energy in your space. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to look at the energy of the connection first. We're going to look at the themes, and then this card we're going to look at last, which will be guidance. And then we're going to draw some tarot to see what it is that you actually are not seeing in this connection that you need to know. So in terms of energies, we've got the reflections card, and we've got the opening card. So this is for sure a very intuitive card. As you can see, we've got like purple all around here, and it sort of looks like a spider web. And then inside we've got like this sort of galaxy kind of vibe where we've got this darkness, but out of that darkness, a beautiful knowing and understanding represented by the green is coming. So this card talks a lot about being very intuitive and communicating with your higher self and being able to pick up messages on that. So that definitely supports choosing the lepidolite crystal. And then this card talks a lot about reflections. So it's whoever you may be dealing with is definitely a mirror for you, and is showing and reflecting a lot of stuff back to you. You might actually even feel like this is dare I say it, a twin flame connection or some sort of soulmate. someone who is mirroring you on a soul level, someone who, because they're mirroring you on a soul level in such a strong way, they're actually making you see more of who you are, and they're making you understand more of who you are. And because that's happening, there's a lot of clearing out of old sort of patterns, because as you can see, you see this crystal form over here on top, and then you see the water actually washing away. So it's like old ways of being that have been crystallized in your body and in your cells and even in your mind, and the way that you think and see and feel things. Those things are changing, and this relationship is asking you to do that. And what's really important about that and this energy of this connection is you probably need a lot of space and time between each other. And it's almost like when you do see each other, that so much is like brought up in you that you need to take a step back and actually just sit and pause and breathe. And it's almost like when you are in each other, the energy and the attraction is a very strong pull, because it's happening on so many levels, especially because it's happening on such a strong intuitive level. So what's also standing out for me is the number 13. And for me, the number 13 has become quite a significant number. So it's really beautiful to see it here. But the number 13 it's actually a lot about moon cycles and women's cycles as well. It's gotten a bad reputation, but it's a number that also marks endings. So if we look at the tarot, sorry about that, pile one. I was saying, if we look at the tarot, then death is also marked by number 13. So there's something here about endings and beginnings that's also quite important. Let's see what other themes we have. Okay, so we've got restriction and we've got joy, and we've got both of these are the joy guides. So what I'm feeling that is really coming through here is that this connection is very strongly about your inner child, about you connecting to that magical inner child, and that this person is actually really inspiring you to do that. But because the connection can sometimes be quite overwhelming, that you aren't actually trusting that that is what it's about. You see, we've got little kids here, and we've got these little cherubs here as well. But in this card over here, we've got the lock around the head, and this person trapped inside the head. And when I'm looking at this card, I just feel like what you're not seeing in this connection is that you really are being asked to just take the leap, to be a little bit more vulnerable, to open yourself up more, and to trust what your intuition is actually telling you, and that it's actually not that bad. Because I feel there's a tendency for you to actually get really stuck in your head, about what's going on here. And the best thing that you can actually do right now in this connection is just come into your joy more. And if you can allow yourself more time to reflect about what's going on between you and this person, it's actually going to help move the connection along. And when I say give yourself time to reflect, I'm not talking about go and sit and thinking about it. It's literally about sitting and allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. So when I look at these two cards again, I'm seeing that there's a lot of release happening in the body, a lot of old ways of being that's actually being released and cleansed through this connection. And you just need to trust yourself to allow yourself to feel that. It's also because there is this magical child connection between the two of you that it's encouraging a lot of inner child healing. And that might go against what you have been taught, but Spirit's really asking you to trust a little bit deeper. Okay, take the risk, allow some joy. Okay, so let's ask the tarot. Tarot, what do we need to know? Ooh, wow, that just popped up. High Priestess. Okay, so we were talking about a lot of psychic connection, a lot of telepathic connection. We're looking at the purple over here, so it is definitely quite an intuitive connection. And we literally had the high priestess come out. So we spoke about how you need to follow your intuition more and trust more what's actually going on, what your intuition is telling you about this connection. And the high priestess is coming out to confirm that. And your intuition is guiding you in the right space around this connection, and you just need to listen to it more. What is your intuition telling you? Okay, what else is this person not seeing? I feel like you already know. I almost feel like I don't need to draw any more cards. Okay, what does pile 1 need to know? Okay, let's draw a couple of more cards. Okay, this is popping out. Wow. Okay, and we got Justice, and we've also got the Hierophant. Okay, I hope you can see all your cards. So just give me a moment. I just want to see what's going on here. So the High Priestess and the Hierophant are often could be paired with one another. Some people in the tarot circles will say that the High Priestess is paired with a magician, but if you think about it, the High Priestess and the Hierophant is like basically the male priest. They too can also be paired with one another. So if this is a romantic connection, it seems like this could definitely be, if you resonate with this, it could be a twin flame, it could be a soulmate. It's definitely your spiritual equal. And I do feel that, because even if you look in these cards over here, you see these two people, this one being there to actually catch the other one. We've got 2 babas here, and then we've got 2 babas here. So I do feel like that this, whoever this person is, whether it's romantic or not, is definitely your spiritual equal. It's definitely some sort of soulmate. It's someone who's also there to teach you a lot of soul lessons. It's someone who is there that's activating your intuition. It's activating your higher self. So you do really need to know that. And in case you've been wondering, I think you can trust that about this connection a lot more. So we've got the 8 of Cups here, and then we've got the Knight of Cups, and we've got Justice. So what I do feel is happening here is that emotions actually aren't being expressed. I feel like what you're actually feeling, you're not talking about. And a lot of also what you're feeling is also not actually related to what is going on in this connection. A lot of what you're feeling is coming from past pain, past hurt, and it feels quite ancestral. The reason why I say that is because we've got the red here in the 8 of Cups, in that jacket over there, in his cloak, and then this dude's also wearing a red cloak over here, and then the Hierophant's also wearing a red cloak. So I do feel very strongly, because we're talking about the red, it is based a lot in the root chakra, and that there's a lot of older ancestral kind of wounding, and maybe if you do resonate with this, you don't have to take it, but lots of old trauma that you could have inherited that is actually affecting how you feel about this connection, and whether you trust it or not, like whether you're actually allowing yourself to give into the joy that actually is really strongly in this connection. So what I will say is, what you need to know about this connection, Spirit is saying it is definitely a very intuitive connection. It is definitely a spiritual connection. You can trust your intuition more than you are. Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, and that's actually going to bring you in balance. That's going to actually allow you to see more clearly what is actually going on here. So you need to be able to let the older feelings, older pain, things from maybe past relationships that haven't worked out, feel that and release that, and that's going to allow you to connect with this person on a deeper level. So let's see what your oracle card says, your guidance is. The Great Gathering. Oh wow, isn't that beautiful? It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. Look, pile 1, we can't make this stuff up. So this is definitely someone who is your soulmate, definitely someone who is from your soul tribe, and you can completely trust that. Trust your intuition, and it's telling you exactly what you need to do, and allow yourself to experience the joy that this connection is asking from you. And that's your reading, pile 1. If you resonated with it, please let me know in the comment section. Does this feel like a soulmate to you? Are you very intuitive? If so, how? Are you an empath? Are you more claircognizant? Are you clairaudience? I'd love to know. And let me know if it's also a telepathic connection for you. And if you haven't yet, remember to like this video, turn on notifications. This is the first one, so I would really, really appreciate your support. It really helps with the energy exchange. And please do check out the description box. I am offering private readings, and to start off with, I'll be giving them at a discounted rate. So if you're interested in that, I'd love to hear from you. And thanks so much. Ciao, pile 1. Hello, pile 2. If you chose this lovely, I think this is such a cute, well, I think everything is cute. All of these crystals I've said they're cute, but I think this is such a lovely selenite. This is a very high vibrational crystal. I do feel like people who've chosen this are getting a lot of divine guidance. And even while I'm saying it, I can feel my crown chakra is absolutely vibrating. So very connected to source. I also do feel like there's a need for detoxing your space. I feel like who's ever chosen this is also sensitive. So pile 1, if you may have resonated with pile 1, very intuitive. Pile was pile 1, but this is sensitive in a different way. It's almost like you're got a quite a healing energy, so you may pick up on a lot of other people's stuff, not in the way that an empath necessarily would, but in the way that it's almost like you clear a lot of energy, and because of that you need that too. So what we're going to do first is we're going to look at the energies of this connection, then we're going to look at the themes. We got 3 cards for you, and then we're going to look at your guidance around this connection, and we're going to draw some tarot to see further what it is that you're not seeing in this connection. Okay, so the energy of this connection, we've got, ooh, this is an exceptionally powerful card, and then this one too. Okay, just give me a moment, because I, for the life of me, cannot remember what this card is. I just needed to have a moment to check what it is called. I know what it's about, but I can't remember what it's called. Okay, pile 2, I'm back. This card is called the Grid, and as you can see it, if you look at it, just like all the other energy cards that I've got you, these are fractal images. And this card, if you can take a nice close look at it, if you can screenshot, you know, take a moment and pause the video and just take a picture of this and see what you see in this card for yourself. This card is a very high vibrational card, so it makes sense that you've chosen the selenite crystal. It talks about really being able to move between different realities, so that explains that energy that I was feeling, like that you may be a healer, or there's a strong healing energy that just moves between spaces and pulls in a lot of stuff with it. So that's also what this connection is like. It's a connection that's really trying to pull you on your right path. That's what it feels like. But the interesting thing about it is, then it's being the other side of the coin is we've got this card, which is also quite a very strong, it's a high energy card, and this is the card of self-talk. So if you look at it, it's sort of like a mouth, and there are these teeth coming out of the mouth here, going inward, and they're all pointing inward. And if you can see, I don't know if you really can see it from where you're sitting, but it really goes all the way inside, like into the throat, and you can see it's red. So the red here for me represents actually a lot of emotion, a lot of anger, and it's specifically about the way that you communicate to yourself. So what I would say is really strong in this connection, the energy of the connection feels very much like a lot of the time things have been said and they've been misunderstood, but at the same time this connection feels like it's almost shifted timelines time and again, which I find quite fascinating, and that the connection itself is moving in a lot of different spaces. I also feel like the connection is asking you to see how you speak about yourself, but also see how you're speaking about this connection, because the way that you're speaking about this connection is actually influencing the way that it moves. And that can be whether it's with a relative, a romantic partner, a friend, whatever is resonating with you, you go with what you makes the most sense to you. You've also got a master number here, 22. So I do feel like if you're speaking, mind how you speak about this, mind how you speak about yourself in this connection. And I think this energy is not just for you, but it's also for the person. A lot of the time, the things that have been said to the self about this connection has actually been misconstrued and not even really what the other person is actually even thinking. It's often a misunderstanding and a perception of the self, and then you telling yourself that same sort of story. Okay, let's see what other energies we have. Okay, we've got denial, we've got competition, and we've got invention. Okay. So what is interesting about this connection is that it is quite a push-pull kind of connection, which explains these two very opposing energies, because this is high vibrational, this is high energy, but it's not necessarily, I don't want to say a negative, but it's almost coming up as a card that is telling you that you need to be wary of how you speak. So it does move more into the negative space. If I just speak frankly, I'm going to be speaking frankly. I have to do that. Okay, interesting. You have 22 here, you have 22 here. So you've got 22 twice. So that's quite significant. If you're seeing 22, 22, triple, 2, this is definitely your reading. That is a complete confirmation that this is your reading. This relationship, a lot of this is, I don't feel like you're actually seeing what this relationship is really about, which is probably why you are on this reading in the first place. But it's like, if you look here, half of the eye is one eye is covered and the other one is open. And I feel like there are certain things that you are feeling about this connection, and you don't want to accept what you see. So there's like two sides to it, just like we have these two very different energies. There are two sides to it. Even here we've got like two people pulling, like one is pulling the one way, the other one's pulling the other way, so it's competition. So there's a lot of, I don't know if I want to be here or I want to be there. There's a lot of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of energy. And it seems that what Spirit is actually trying to tell you here is, when I see the invention card, I feel like you need to write about this. I feel like you need to journal about this, and being able to journal about what is going on in this connection is actually going to help you break out of this sort of this cycle where you're not really able to see. It's quite interesting because even when I'm connecting to it, it's like what you're seeing, some of it is true, some of it is not. So I'm going to go back to the original advice. Be mindful of how you're actually talking about this connection, because that is also influencing how you're seeing the connection, and it's also influencing the type of energy that's happening in this connection. So what's very important, I would say, is rather write down what it is that you're thinking, write down what it is that you're feeling, because that's going to be able to help you get out of the, I don't want to say mess, because it doesn't feel like a mess, but out of the sort of conflicting energies. Okay, I have to see what the tarot is saying about this, because this is very interesting. This is a very interesting sort of energy in this connection, and the themes are quite interesting. It also feels like someone is denying feelings here. Someone is not talking about their feelings properly. Okay, so we've got 9 of Cups. Interesting way to start. Okay, what else, Spirit, what else? Tarot, tell us, what does pile 2 need to know? What does pile 2 need to know? There's a lot of anger here in this connection. A lot of unexpressed anger. I don't think it's necessarily coming from you. I actually feel like it's the person that you're dealing with. Okay, we've got the 6 of Pentacles. What else? What does pile 2 need to see? Okay, Page of Swords, Justice. Okay, Justice came out in the previous one as well. Okay, I'm gonna draw 2 more. Okay, 2 popped out. We've got the Queen of Pentacles and can't speak. The Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Okay, I need to have a moment here to just look at this. Okay, I feel like one of you in this connection is definitely more mature than the other one. But I do feel like there has been immaturity expressed in this connection. And the reason I say that is because we've got the Page of Swords here and a Knight of Wands, and it just feels like a kind of sort of I just want to say it, unwillingness to sort of express what needs to be expressed. It's a very passionate, so the red that's coming through, definitely very passionate. This person, if it is a romantic connection, is definitely passionate about you, is definitely sexually attracted to you. But I just don't feel like this person is as mature as you are. And that's actually why this person, what you're probably not seeing in this connection, and this is what it feels like, is this person is actually really in denial about what's going on for them. It feels like this person is actually making sense of a lot of things in their life. They're definitely trying to find balance, and this is what you're actually also being encouraged to do. And we've got Justice here, and we've also got the Six of Pentacles, and we've got the scales there, and we've got the scales here. So the need for balance in this connection is very important. The need to not just balance between the two of you, but for you in your life too. Because remember, we also had these two opposing energies that came through very strongly in the beginning. And because we've also chosen selenite, it's almost like by finding balance, it's like, how can you detox what's not working here? Definitely a lot of passion and sort of very strong creative energy as well. Could be anger, could be unexpressed anger that needs to be felt. I'm feeling that very strongly. And I think that if this is a romantic connection, that is what's preventing this connection from moving forward, because this person is not able to see further than what has gone very unexpressed within them. And there seems to be anger about some sort of I actually want to get one more card, like, help me clarify, spirits. What is that about? Okay. So we've got the Queen of Swords that's popped out, and behind that we've got the Four of Wands. So when I see this Queen of Swords here, I feel like unexpressed anger that's probably related to some sort of a mother figure who I feel like was quite cold. And that might actually be relating to the person that you're interested in. For some of you, it does also feel like this anger is coming out of not really being able to express emotions. It's like trying to be logical, too logical, overly logical about how everything is supposed to move forward in this connection. Let's see what your advice is. Okay, we've got boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Okay, this is quite interesting, because when we do look at these sort of unexpressed emotions, and we've got ways that we speak to one another, and we look at also being able to move into different spaces. It seems very important to be able to identify, where do I end and where do I begin? Like, which energies am I picking up that aren't actually mine? So with the anger that's being felt, it's sort of like that anger might not even be relating to this relationship, and has been affecting how this relationship moves forward. And like I said, it seems that it's coming from the person's some sort of wound from a family, because this is or from a previous relationship where this person was actually involved with someone who was actually very, I feel, almost like unfeeling and selfish. And I think this person actually felt very strong feelings for this person, because this feels like past energy that's coming in and affecting this relationship and affecting this connection. If it's not a romantic connection and it's something else, it's still very much, it could be a mother, it could be a past relationship, could be a past relationship with a significant friend or significant female that's really affected how this person sees themselves and sees relationships just in general. And it feels quite like this person doesn't really go into their um, feeling space, but they want to, because now I haven't even spoken about this card, and this card popped up first. It's like there's a desire, there's a want to, there's a wish, there's a want for this relationship, but there's a push and pull. There are things that need to be sorted out. So if I'm frank, I feel like where this connection is at this moment, it feels like it's at a standstill. If it is at a standstill, if you're not in communication, this feels like a like it's slowed down. It feels like there may be a little bit of a pause, and that's because both of you actually just need to step back, and your person specifically needs to just be able to go like, okay, I need to feel this, I need to figure out what's going on with me, and only once I can figure out what's actually going on with me and how to give and take, can I actually show up in this relationship in the way that I want to. How am I speaking to myself, and where have my past relationships actually affected how I do show up and communicate in the current relationship. So for you, it's to really figure out, okay, what am I willing to accept and what am I not willing to accept? Because what I'm sensing is that you've actually taken on a lot of this person's stuff, and try to clear and heal a lot of that person's stuff. And it's time for you, just like this woman over here, to actually push out what isn't yours, so that you can actually bring in what it is that you want. And the more you speak out what it is that you want, both for this connection and just for your life in general, you're going to move and shift realities. And the way that you speak about yourself. Okay, pile 2. This was a very interesting pile. I must say the energy wasn't that clear cut. There's a lot of stuff going on here. It feels like a very, very intense connection. So just to summarize, I will say whatever you're feeling in this connection is not only yours. What this person is actually experiencing is coming, it seems like it's coming from a past situation, some significant relationship. It could be a mother figure. It could be a past relationship with someone who was quite cold towards them. They do feel very passionately about you. They do want to move towards you. They actually want to, but they actually also need to process what's going on with them. And you're being advised to, how can you creatively actually, I've been saying actually a lot, is how can you creatively navigate through this? Express yourself through writing. Write down what it is that doesn't make sense for you. And then speak what it is that you want in reality. But you need to make sure that you found a space where you are creating boundaries for yourself, where you're clear about what it is that you're willing to and not willing to accept. Okay, pile 2, that's all I've got for you now. I would really love to know what your situation is in the comment section. Let me know if it resonated. Let me know what's going on. I would really love to know your story in particular, because this was quite a lot of energy in this pile. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. It's new and I'd appreciate your support. And remember to also click notifications, put on the notification button so that you can get notified when there are new videos. And I will be offering tarot readings at a discounted rate now that I've started this channel. And I would love to do a reading for you. It would be my honor. Thank you so much, pile 2. Hello, pile 3. This is your reading if you've chosen the aventurine crystal. So, funnily enough, this is a heart chakra crystal, but I'm feeling like the back of my throat, like this stuff that I can't say. So I think it's very interesting that this is coming up. So maybe it's hard stuff that's not being able to be said in this connection. But let's see what your cards say. So what we're going to start off with is we're going to start off with the energies of the card, themes in this relationship, and then we're going to look at your oracle, this oracle card for guidance, and then we're going to draw some tarot once we've looked at the energy and the themes, so that we can see what it is that you're not seeing in this connection. Okay. That's a guardian angel card, and then this is the puzzles, things coming together. Okay, just give me a moment. I just want to check what this card is called. It's called resolution. Okay. So this is the guardian angel card. So you've obviously picked this reading because you really do want to know what it is that you're not seeing. Like, this connection has not made any sense. It's not made any sense at all. And there've been like all these different pieces that have come up, and it feels like the pieces don't really fit together, and that's, it's almost like one day you can have this really magical time with this person, and then another day you can't really, or there's a big fight, or there've been times that you felt that this connection is very important to you, and that it feels great and high vibrational, and that you're connected at a heart level. But then also at some times it feels like it's there's been fighting, or there's been things that have happened that don't really support what you would imagine a heart connection to be. But this connection is being supported and guided by your angels and by your guides and your ancestors, whichever you resonate with. And whatever sort of hurt that's come out of this, it's there to help you really heal this, to heal things that you haven't maybe even spoken about. Okay, we've got the epiphany, we've got higher self for themes, we've also got loss, healer guides, okay, and we've got decisions. Okay, so this is making a little bit more sense now. And you can see even in this card over here, decisions, we have heart, so it's not surprising that you chose the adventurine. And we see here higher self as well. So what I am feeling here is that this relationship may have come to an end, whether it's a friendship, whether it's romantic, whether it's a relative. It does feel like it's been very, very sore, and I'm really sorry, pile 3, if that's the situation with you. If it's not that the relationship has actually come to an end, I think maybe you should choose another pile if this doesn't resonate with you. If it's not that, this relationship is definitely bringing up a deep, deep, deep loss from the past, or some sort of heartache that you haven't yet processed, and that's very important. Your angels really want you to know to process this, and this is actually what this connection is about. This is the energy, and it's also what this connection is about. It's really about allowing you to process what you haven't yet processed, and to then be able to, once you've done that, to be able to decide what actually really matters to you. And I have a feeling that as much as you're close to this person, I don't necessarily think that this relationship is really 100% healthy for you. And I think you know that. I think your higher self is actually trying to tell you that. And I mean, this higher self has just has fallen right underneath your the guardian angel card. So it really feels like if it's not you, it's your guardian angel that's telling you. And I do think that you've come to a realization about this. If you haven't yet, you will be very soon. You will be very, very soon, and you're going to have to be able, you will make a decision, and this decision is necessary for you to move forward in a way that is really good for your life. Okay, let's see what the tarot is saying. So what does pile 3 need to know about this connection? Ooh, wow. Okay, I'm just going to go with the cards that I popped out. Wow, so we've got truth. I mean, it's the Ace of Swords. So for me, that's already very, very, very important in terms of what matters to you. And as you can see, truth, it's the Ace of Swords. It's always a double-edged sword. So on one side, yeah, and even when I'm saying that, my throat chakra again. So it's really about the throat chakra has a lot to do with your truth and expressing your truth, and not just expressing it in the way that you speak it, but in the way that you live it. And I feel for you, pile 3, I feel like it's been very hard for you to express, very hard for you to really be who you really are. And that there's a definite disappointment but around this relationship. But this relationship is actually four of cups. As you can see here, there's 3 of cups. There's 3 cups here that he's busy looking at what he's lost, but the universe is coming in you with a new cup. So this is actually really an opportunity for you to gain a lot of clarity on who you are. And you've got the Chariot and the Hierophant. So this card is about moving forward. It's about making a bold choice and moving forward. And we've got the Hierophant, which is around, well, it's around teaching, and it's also around beliefs. But what I feel here, it's about actually trusting what you believe, trusting what matters to you, trusting what you know is right for you, and being able to actually, this connection is showing you what is your truth. What is your truth? What is it that you believe? What is it that you want out of your life? What is it that you want in a romantic relationship? What is it that you want in a partnership? What is it that you want in the way that people treat you? What is it that you want in the way that you show up in the world? What are your priorities? What really actually matters to you? And this is what this connection is actually really about. And this is what you're not seeing in this connection. It's actually really calling for you to honor a very strong moral integrity that you actually have. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Okay, let's see what your card is telling you. It's the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Wow. Again, when I see this, I feel like there's some need to actually publicly come out and move forward and speak what you need to speak. I feel it's so weird. I almost feel like some of you are busy writing something. Some of you are needing to express something, and that this relationship is really bringing that out of you. And really bringing out of you the way that you see this world, and the way that the message that you actually want to bring into this world. And look, the message doesn't always have to be in a public way, but I do feel who's ever resonating with this pile, it feels like there's something that you want to bring into the world. Either it's a book, either it's a message on social media, either it's a teaching, it's either helping people. It's a different sort of perspective that you feel very strongly about, that you need to come out with. And this relationship is actually really asking you to look at, is it a relationship that you want, or is it really your soul's calling that you need to follow? And I think you know the answer. Okay, pile 3, that's what I've got for you. Very beautiful reading. Wow, my voice. Don't be afraid to use your voice, and don't be afraid to speak what's on your heart. It is so absolutely important for you right now to do that and to completely follow through with that. If you haven't yet liked this video, please do like it. It helps with the energy exchange. It's a new channel, and I would really appreciate your support. You're helping me out if you do that. So like this video and tell me what it is that you resonated with in this reading. I would love to know. I feel like you're very heart-based people who have a very important message to share. Very loving, very soft. I'd love to know who you are. I'd love to hear more of what's happening with you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe and hit that notification button so that you're notified when I have new videos. And I'll also be doing tarot readings at a discounted rate now in the beginning, and I would love to read for you. And if you resonate with my reading style and also my energy, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. So check out my email in the description box. Thank you so much, Pile 3. Mwah. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome. If you've chosen this cute little amethyst crystal, then this is your reading. So welcome to the first reading on the Priestess Sophia. I'm so excited to have you here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to look at the energies of this connection. We're going to look at themes, and then we're going to look at some guidance right at the end. And in between that, I'm going to draw some tarot cards so you can see what it is in this connection that you're not seeing. Okay, so let's first look at the energies. Ooh, wow. So this is a deeper look, and this is the Lion guide. So whoever chose pile 4, you are exceptionally powerful. And you are seeing into the patterns of this connection. This is what this card is about. It's literally being able to look deeper into things. So the way I usually see this card is like, you know, a wire, an electric wire, and then it's got like that white masking around it. And when you cut through it, you see the actual copper inside. I don't know if it's still copper that they use, but it's sort of like, that's you. You're able to actually see into people. You're able to see into their decisions. You're able to actually see into what's going on. That's you. But it's also the energy of this connection is that the two of you are really seeing very deeply into one another. I mean, the fact that you've chosen the amethyst as well, so there is a very intuitive connection. There's also definitely a psychic connection, and that's further supported by this master number 33, and also the fact that we've got a lot of purple here. But the Lion guide, I feel like as much as you're seeing things here, you're not always standing 100% in your power, because I don't think you're actually trusting what you're seeing. So that's quite interesting, because the whole reading is around what is it in this connection that you're not seeing. And I do feel you're seeing deeper than you're actually admitting to yourself, but you're not standing up for yourself in terms of what it is that you're seeing. And this is, it doesn't matter whether this is a romantic connection, it doesn't matter whether it's a relationship, a family connection, whatever relationship it is. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, we've got balance. That's lovely. Balance has been quite a theme in this. We've got family. So for whoever this is very likely that this is more of a family connection. Actually, if that doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. It could feel like someone who's family. It could feel like someone you have a past life relationship with. We've got new beginnings. So this connection, out of all of them, I would say it feels almost actually the most balanced. It feels like there's a very fair give and take, even though I've said that you're not always stepping into your power. It feels like there's a fair give and take. If there's not, that's actually really what's being encouraged in this space. I feel like a bit more peace needs to be brought into this space. A bit more peace. I mean, this dove here is really standing out for me. And it feels like what often happens in this connection is that one or both of you, I feel more you, is not really allowing yourself the kind of peace that you actually need. And you really, it feels very strong that you're being encouraged to actually stand up for yourself. You've been quite quiet. It's like this card talks about allowing yourself to roar and I don't want to say speaking your truth, but it's also just the way that you're carrying yourself. I feel like you haven't really owned your power completely, which is why this new beginnings card is coming here. It's like you need to find more balance in yourself so that you can step more into your power. I feel many of you may have just like fit into traditional family roles, into roles that you've learned, whether it's what happened to you in your childhood, and then you were taught a specific way of being, and now you're playing that out in this connection. But you really are able to see the dynamics of not just this specific connection, but other people that you're interacting with. And because you can do that, you can actually see like how your decisions are going to affect how you need to move forward. So out of all the piles, I really want to say that it's not even just your intuition that's working. I feel even more you can trust what you're seeing and trust the deductions that you've made from what you're seeing. What else? You need to understand you're on the right path. Yeah, it feels like some of you do not trust the path that you're on. This doesn't feel that romantic though. This feels more like a friendship with someone that feels like family. Okay. Ooh, I'm not supposed to look at this card. I don't know if you've seen it yet. But whatever you need to do is just say yes to it. Just say yes, just say yes, just say yes, just say yes. Trust where it's taking you. If this is a romantic connection, I do feel like it could definitely end up being a long-term partnership and a really balanced, beautiful partnership that's going to lead you in a very new direction in your life. And that it is possibly very, very intimate and really beautifully connected. That's coming through so strongly right now. So if that is also happening, please do trust it. Let's see what the tarot says. Okay, first card that pops out. Ooh, Five of Swords. That's interesting. Okay, we've got the Moon. And we've got the Queen of Cups. Okay, so we've got Cancer energy coming through quite strongly. What else? What else? Ooh, Knight of Cups as well. Okay, so we just spoke about a very beautifully intimate connection, very emotional. Ooh, and we've got the Star. Okay, so if this is a romantic connection, or even if it's just a friendship, there's a lot of sharing of feelings. A lot of equal sharing of feelings. Even though we have the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, I do feel that there's actually a really fair give and take. But there are things that because we've got the Five of Swords here and we've got the Moon. I feel there are things that haven't yet 100% surfaced yet, but they will. And if you're watching this in a new moon and it's not full moon yet, I want you to know you can trust that by the full moon, what needs to be revealed is going to be revealed in this connection. It's also a very beautifully healing connection. It's a connection that's really leading you into self-expression. It's a connection that's leading you to actually come out of your shell and actually go on this new beginning. Whether it's, if this is a new relationship, because for those of you who are asking about a romantic relationship, it's either stepping into another phase of this connection, so stepping up the connection, or it actually feels like it's a new connection that's going to that's leading somewhere more intimate. Yeah, there's a long road for the two of you, and I think you're both really feeling very connected to each other emotionally. It's a very, very strong connection emotionally. There may be a few doubts about the past. I'm seeing because of this Five of Swords here. And for me, what's really standing out with this card now is how he's looking to the one side, which to me, this is looks at the past. And I don't feel like it's heartache. I feel like it's almost more from your side, that you haven't always really let people in. You think you have, but not always. And there may be a very quick decision making to want to cut someone out. Or this person has done that to you. Or you may have actually felt like you've been cut out. There's a lot of you. So do just take what resonates. But what's important here is that there's some sort of pattern. I feel like it's a pattern, or it could be a once-off incident, but I feel for most of you it's going to be a pattern. Only for some of you it's going to be a once-off incident that has made you feel like you need to be very decisive and cut out what doesn't necessarily feel like the right thing for you. But that's something that was in the past. And I feel like it was the right decision. It was the right decision then. But what's happening in this connection, that's not what's happening now. You're actually being asked to be a bit more vulnerable. And not vulnerable in the way where you are weak. Vulnerable in the way that you're actually standing up and being the leader of your life. And you're stepping into this new space. And you're trusting that this is actually allowing you to be more of who you are and to express more of who you are confidently. It's a very beautiful energy. It feels very flowing. It feels like water. It feels like I'm being washed clean of things from the past, and that because I've paid so much attention to how I feel, I can see where I'm going. So I will say, trust your feelings on this one. What is it that you're not seeing? Is that this is actually asking you to just move forward and take that leap of faith and go into that new space and just be more of who you are. You can be more of who you are. You can reveal more of who you are. You don't have to hide anymore. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much, group, I really loved that reading. It was very, very soft and gentle. I feel like that's your energy too. Please let me know in the comment section what your story is. I'd love to know. If you haven't yet, please like this video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'm new, so I would really appreciate your support. And now that I'm just started with the channel, I will be offering discounted readings in the beginning, so do check out my email in the description box if you'd like a private reading. I'd love to read for you. And thanks so much, Pile 4. It was absolutely great doing this reading for you. And lots of love, lots of love. Bye.